Hello there, and I would like to bring up about the ongoing issue regarding the Grancrest Senki from latest episode going on until right now. And before I talked about regarding that particular episode, I was watching other uh, famous latest anime shows that is currently on most of the weekends, as I'm going to say in top anime shows. Grand Senki is not my first to watch. There is another one that I watch most there. So Grand Senki is my second to watch because my first one is I watch this one called Tochi no Miko because it touched me most. Then next is Grancrest Senki, um, Garo Vanishing Line, and Killing Bites. And last one is Hokyu, uh, QQ, and Sohin NG, I think, which is a little bit the least anime I could watch. Well, I'm going to say about this anime. Um, there are two things I'm going to say particular about issue. One, I'm going to address about that particular episode on that particular series, and two is the what's happening to the viewers like us and the watchers, anime otakus here in the world. So let's talk about what is all about Grand Senki. So in that latest episode, Teo and Seloka has has a move to love each other because essentially speaking, it's more love to each other. It's more than romance. But then they are part on the union factions because there are two functions they are fighting on. One is alliance run by Marine, and another one is um, what you call this Alexis. Yes, there are many lords that have run, but maybe for me there are only two strong lords there. So now we have this one alliance, and that's her. Yes, just bury that, and and them the union leaders. So about the regarding the issue, there is a particular scene that we don't like, or we end up hating this episode. Almost worst part the entire series, and that is Marine's actions on that particular scene, and that's why they called it the Black Princess. So to make things worse moments, one is there's a best moment where Theo and Celica love each other and they started to kiss. That is the best move. The worst move is that there is a scene that expose us, all of us, that they make uh, sex, sex scenes. The worst word we don't want to hear is called rape. Rape is somewhat action that the will is being forced upon the action. So that's the latest plot between that one, and we I don't want to show the explicit content. So yeah, I think most of us are disturbed because of the scene itself. But let's discuss about uh, what's going on for us and the reality right now. Right now, for us, the otakus, anime lovers, and Crankly Senki lovers. So in all in sense, it's anime business. So we're going to talk about anime businesses. Whenever a very is either good or bad anime shows, it will bring the impressions first and the final impressions for those consumers that if you want to buy it or not. And to them, it makes sense that if they are good enough to bring more potentials to the plot, stories, and more actions that they seize the moment. Sadly, because of the episode, it was very bad. Yes, it is very bad because of that particular scene. So I do not know why it ended up like that because there is mixed reactions there. So in a sense, here we have a light novel. Of course, for me, we actually watch anime, and I do read manga, but I haven't read the light novel because I never read any light novels in entire life. That's why I always use the manga, which has a big and fully detailed uh, plot plot lines where even there are unnecessary stories, side stories can happen inserted in the manga, so which is very good. Now, when having this business, you're going to sell it on the store and you see that, but things get too crazy that it gone too worse there. So whenever I see this one there, it goes a very bad idea to see and hear about the Grancrest Senki. That is a big hit. We don't want to see that coming. What will become the anime? What will become the manga? What will become the light novel? There is a particular anime, if you know that, and its name is Keicho. Yes, we international foreigners like Keicho anime, but at the end, most of the Japanese anime otakus don't like the idea to buy it. And when they see the DVD, they don't buy it anymore because it looks bad. Because of that anime, it gone too low about among the rankings. And whenever whenever the company studio put the DVD on the store, I think they end up being hated there. So I'm going to say two things. What we're going to predict for the anime consumers, when you say um, that particular episode just hurt them, maybe the correct answer. I think they don't want to buy the DVD of the Grancrest Senki or first volume, which will struck them most. But the second one, even even they hurt them, maybe they can buy a DVD volume 1 only just to watch a good episodes on the list, but they don't want to see the specific episode like 9 episode 9, and they don't want to buy that specific DVD there. So of course it's going to be bad business. To what? Because the author, I am not sure for that, but for my opinion, I feel that the author is falsely blamed. No, I don't think so, because the reaction to us will directly felt towards the author, And if I were to author there, I have to directly say to the anime studio, say, why do you direct the scene on the spot? So it's not about the author, it's about the anime studio that produce the episode on the line. It is not about the producer. It's all about the direction of the action there. It was a director who decided the what's best for the story content and what plot that you can continue on there. From what? From their heart's content. So that's their own relation of what is going on. And to us, the audience there, as we watch anime all throughout the night, because in Japan, most Japanese will watch anime TV shows after midnight, and most of us, like kids, teenagers, are going to sleep. Yeah, really sleep. But not anymore because we don't care. We end up watching there. The problem is the rating is restricted for 17 and above. But for us, we don't care anymore. That's why it ended up like that. So we became a fan of Grancrest Senki, and that's the problem there. The only problem is they got hurt because of the. It's not about the content itself or the aging itself. It's because of you just bring it there, general audience, like for us, in entire world. And most of us, we teenagers, young adults, and those who are affected that way. So my address to most concerning anime watchers, viewers, and otakus is that I cannot say something positive or negative, but something neutral. And I say to you, it's up to you to decide whether or not to continue watching Grancrest Senki. It's up to you. If you feel hurt, I mean, if there is a second episode that will do the same action, I advise you not to continue watching anymore. Because most of you, it's up to you. Maybe it's like the situations. It's either you pick the Grancrest Senki or the Black Clover with shouting Asta and say, I think I go the Black Clover because it's good anime rather than this one. It's up to you. For me, I can continue watch the anime. It's not just I'm hurt enough. I'm just enough to tolerate the content itself. That's why I love fantasy anime. But it's the most important is you just decide yourself whether or not to watch the anime. So that is my address. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you understand my stand about the ongoing issue in Grancrest Senki. And goodbye.